Now joining us on the Xvantage Theater stage is our Chief Digital Officer, Sanjib Sahoo, joined by Vice President of Global Channel Sales for HP, Sven.
All right, Sven, thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your support. So before I start anything, what are your main takeaways from the general session today? Did you like it? What are the key takeaways?
They have been fantastic. So, and I think that one of the key takeaways, I have actually two. The first one is bringing the B2C experience to B2B interactions as to how you change the model in terms of how to engage with the channel. And having that capabilities at scale, simplified for the channel partners we both serve, is that's what we're looking for. The second one for me is, and I think you know that's so simple, email to order. And have the machine do that for the resellers. It's so simplistic to understand. It's something which you should capitalize more. I really like that.
Thank you, thank you. So Sven, you have been a great support from Xvantage, right? I remember a couple of years ago in Munich, I met you for a dinner, talked about the concept. You jumped right in, and you are investing in HP, and you are doing Xvantage. Tell us, why did you got hooked to Xvantage, and why did you lean all in this platform?
So there were a couple of things when we met, and the first thing is that you're thinking about it end-to-end from an experience standpoint as to how the reseller is buying solutions from you. And solutions could be a virtual product or a hardware product. And then making this entire experience frictionless. And for us to be embedded into that experience requires a lot of change. And management of change doing this together was for me like, I have to be part of it in the beginning to ensure that we change us internally to how you transform the market. And that's why I'm fully a believer in Xvantage. We want to make sure we have the best experience with you together, and we are committed to that.
Absolutely. So what has been your experience with Xvantage so far? What are the things that you leverage more, what you like more? Talk to us about your experience with the platform.
So a couple of things here as well is that the first one is, how do we take complexity out of the model? In terms of we are serving you through our partners, whoever the partners are. So that's one. We're creating this simplicity. Second to that is how to make sure that if there is a price request, and I think Jim said it early on stage, it takes 3 days, 16 people, 72 hours. It's like, how do we make sure that we reduce this cycle to the least amount possible? That's number two. And number three for me is that we can combine different business models from a transactional to a consumptional model in one. And having that understanding and how you and where you go is essential.
That's fantastic. Sven, HP, your company is going through some changes, right? You're transforming. And Ingram Micro, we are transforming Xvantage. How are you prepping your organization to change and also change their mindset towards a distributor like Ingram Micro?
A change growth mindset is absolutely important. And for us to understand this is Ingram Micro is not a distributor. To change that mindset takes a lot of time, because if you look at the last 40 years, before when we started, it was all about distribution, general distribution, transactional business. Now we changed that into a platform thinking approach. So for us to make sure that the organization understands this, one, two, understanding that the capabilities, the back office work has to be optimized, predominantly it's using AI capabilities you build, is something which requires a lot of management of change. And we are on a path, on a journey to that, to make sure everybody understands that.
Fantastic. From the capabilities that you have seen in Xvantage so far, what do you think has impressed you, and what do you think we can do better?
So full integration of all special pricing, ability to deliver on information, like you said, where's the product, when can I get it, all the relevant information in terms of logistical information channel partners need. And last but not least is what we are very proud of is that we ingest our data insights. We ingest data insights directly into your Xvantage platform to enable the partners to see exactly where the opportunities are from a predictability standpoint, renewal standpoint, or execution perspective. And what we think we can do better together is just more speed in order to deliver more growth.
So when you look at the problems that we are solving right now, what do you think is one or two ideas that we can do even more with you to grow together? And how it has changed your business about the data sharing? People have, concerns about sharing data. People have concerns about data privacy, but we have done that. Talk to the audience about what is your thought on this experience with data.
So that's a very good point, Sanjib. So data privacy and security is one of the core fundamentals as HP. And for us to ensure that we deliver to the data we can both see and interact with is absolutely critical. And in particular, if you're looking at our data insight engines, which we are plugging into Xvantage, it delivers the predictability and the insights and the opportunities based on what you have sold in the last years. So we can exactly say, in Cleveland, that that environment, that market is an opportunity of renewal or new PCs or new client devices, which we have sold through you. So this is the data you see, and this is the data we believe we can make a difference together.
Fantastic. So, Sen, your organization is global, right?
Yes.
You have business in India, business in Europe, US, and we are doing some exciting things with you in India, especially taking platform-only SKUs. How does they change your outlook, having a global company and have a global platform that you are seeing with us? Does that help you any leverage or help, looking at these use cases?
Every market has its differentiations and market dynamics. And what I like taking India as an example is that you are starting, or you're on a very strong path of transacting, doing business or the advantage on a mobile phone. So for us to understand how you do that journey and then providing the best experience of how the reseller is interacting on that mobile phone is crucial, because the next step will be, once you've done India, Sanjib, you go to the next country. And having the understanding of how you do that enables us to create what is important is the seamless experience for the resellers end to end.
You have been in the channel for some time, right? In your mind, how is Ingram Micro changing in the last few years? What are you seeing Ingram Micro transformation and change?
I would say you are disrupting the distribution at its core.
That was we should frame it, right? What I say.
We can frame it. You're disrupting it at its core because you're looking end to end on the user experience, on the reseller experience, as to how a reseller or even the end user, depending how far you go, can buy a solution or a hardware product or a service instantly in a consumption or transactional model. And do that seamless is something which doesn't exist.
Do you see the challenges in the channel today and your industry changing the way Xvantage or Ingram is doing things, how you see it playing with each other?
I think that what you are delivering as an experience will be the baseline for whatever the future is, number one. Number two, I believe that in order to, and we as HP have to be platform agnostic, and we had a lot of discussion on that, is that we need to make sure we have the best possible experience on your platform, whether it's a software product or a hardware product or a combination of both. And the resellers community and channels globally, which are different by market, having the capabilities of really on focusing on growth and not only on the back office and waiting for a reply, waiting for information, waiting for the information in terms of the logistical stuff they need.
So I am a channel chief like you with another tech company, and they are trying to grow the business, work with some distributors. They don't have another Sven, because Sven is all in Xvantage. You have been a big support. You have invested in people, and we truly appreciate what you have done. What is your message that you will give to the other peers of you in the industry of Sven? What is the advice that you will give them?
Don't miss out. Because if the train has left the station, if you do not understand how the market is changing and you are changing the model, you will have difficulties to catch up.
And do you think the channel generally understands it?
They're starting to understand it because one of the key aspects was you have to test it, you have to use it. And once you see, I guess, your average user rate, your monthly active user rate, your transactional rate, your conversion rate, your ability to transact on various different parts is growing like a snowball. And unless you're early on it to understand it, it's difficult to catch up at the end.
So you heard today we have invested a lot in AI technology, bringing in talent. What is your thought? How is HP approaching your own transformation, and how can we work together to help each other?
So we are as well on a path to use AI as a much more ability to provide services to the channel, whether this is training, AI masterclasses on an HP Amplify program, or to use AI to make our process in the back end much more seamlessly, particularly for integrations like what we're doing with you, Sanjib. So the key one for us is that understanding where you go 2 years, 3 years out to enable our processes as well to adapt to whatever thing makes sense. And doing this, knowing that you have your journey and roadmap, we have our journey and roadmap, aligning these two together over a longer period of time than just 1 year, that's something we need to work on.
Awesome. So Sven, I want to wrap up by saying, amazing job. Thank you for your support. You have been a big support for Xvantage. And truly, you have been a champion. You are really changing the way we look at it. So we really appreciate your business from the bottom of heart and everything that you have done. Any last words you can say before we wrap up?
No, we love Xvantage. It's a question as to how we work on this together, as management of change is different. And for us to be embedded to the journey is excellent. Thank you for the trust.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sven.